I love Tone It Up. I've mentioned that before, but Tone It Up have a YouTube channel and they also have a website. They post loads of workouts, loads of really good recipes. You'll notice a trend that I love websites that post sort of like healthier treats, because I have a sweet tooth that just will never go away. So instead of like just giving into it, I like to sort of find a healthier alternative, and a lot of the websites that I've mentioned, that I'm going to mention, do post like healthy dessert recipes and stuff. But the main thing about Tone It Up for me is the motivation and the emphasis on the lifestyle changes and stuff. It's not just like a fad diet, it's not about that. It's about changing for good, and you don't have to pay to become a member if you don't want to, because they do post loads of free stuff. I would definitely recommend you follow them anyway. Next up is Fit Sugar, the website, and I believe it's the sort of fitness website branch of Pop Sugar. And I just find myself always clicking on their articles when they come up on my blog loving feed. I think the content is really interesting. They post like loads of cool tips and tricks. I always tend to read posts that are like top 5 whatever, or sort of like bullet point, quick, like and easy information to take in. Foodbabe.com is something I only discovered quite recently, but I'm so happy I did. It's kind of an eye-opener. Don't read it if you're one of them kind of really squeamish people who kind of like to stay in denial about what is actually in their food, because you will find out what's really in your food, especially processed foods, the weird kind of origins of some of the ingredients. It's kind of disgusting and it might put you off some stuff, but you deserve to know, and that's why she created the website. She's kind of like an activist of the food industry. I love the blog Chocolate Covered Katie. It's all about healthy desserts. If you are like craving something, especially like home baked sort of stuff, go to a website and there is a section where you can go to different categories like cakes or cookies or whatever, ice cream, and she's got loads of different sort of healthier alternatives. Healthy Happy Life, or you might know her as Gem's Maquillage on YouTube. She is a Tone It Up girl as well, and she kind of does little mini check-in type vlogs on there, and I just think they're really cool, and like watching check-ins is something that really motivates me, seeing other people like succeeding and eating really well and making good choices. And she's a veggie, so veggies are cool. Brie Loves Beauty is such an inspiration to me. She's such a lovely person, and she's really helpful. Her videos are really informative. I also really enjoy Sarah Fitt's videos. I especially enjoyed her like college series, even though I'm not at uni. They're just really good tips for like healthy eating on the go when you're in a rush. The documentary that I would recommend anybody and everybody watch is Food Inc. And this basically just exposes the food industry for what it really is. Spoiler, it's all about profit, it's all about money and business, and no one really cares that much about your health. It just exposes like the unethical, unhealthy practices of these huge corporations, and it's really like scary, and it makes you think twice about what you actually buy at the supermarket, where it's come from. A magazine that I love to get, everyone's heard of it, I'm not going to talk about it too much, Women's Health. I pick up a few tips and tricks from this, mainly strength moves. they do post a lot of sort of strength and toning routines, and sometimes I might find something in there that I might not have thought to do myself, or it's like a variation on something that I already do. So that's a good one to check out, especially if you're looking for some more workout inspiration. Going back to like the political, social side of food, What to Eat by Marion, I think you say Nestle or Nestle, I'm not sure how to say her last name, but this is a really good book, and it just answers a lot of questions that are kind of confusing to a lot of people about health and food choices. The layout of the book goes through the layout of a supermarket, and it's kind of eye-opening to how manipulative a supermarket is laid out to kind of influence our food choices. Basically, all of the crap is on like right at our eye level, like, hey, buy me, and the fruit and veg and the fresh produce is kind of just out of the way, like, oh, you can go and find that if you want, but what we really want you to buy is this crap. So that's the basic gist of the book, but it goes into so much detail about again, like where the food comes from, and answers lots of different questions. She sort of just breaks it down in a really rational and kind of easy to understand way. And finally, my nutrition Bible, it's actually called the Optimum Nutrition Bible by Holford. This goes through every different aspect of food broken down in a scientific way. So this isn't like a light read, this isn't something that you can flick through for some like quick tips and tricks. This is definitely like loads of information and kind of like a science lesson about food. So I've moved around so much in the course of this video just because the lighting has been pretty crap. I'm really sorry about that. It does look okay now, but it's just when like a little beam of sun comes in, it just does that. Yeah, not a good look, sorry about that. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you got some kind of pointers on things you might want to check out if you do want to learn a bit more about healthy eating and making the right choices. And I will see you in my next video. This is what happens when you have two separate blinds and there's a little crack in the blinds and all of the sun comes through that tiny little bit and ruins the video. Right, let's just move over a little bit.